Hello, Empire. And welcome to the Jay.geebie show, where a goofy guy in a fedora talks to a camera alone in his room for your entertainment. Enjoy!
I tried to make this video short, but it didn't work.
So there was one more story that I wanted to talk about in yesterday's show, but it got too long, so I had to skip it. So if you haven't already watched yesterday's show, then bing, check it out right there. Alright, so obviously you remember, or just watched, yesterday's video about electricity and solar power. So continuing with that theme, a group of high school students in Texas say they built a car that gets over 450 miles to the gallon. Why is that electrifying? Because it's a hybrid. It's half electric. You like how I bring things around and make them relevant to what I'm saying, even though the only reason I bring it up is because I wanted to talk about the cool car? Yeah, I twist things. It's what I do. So anyway, the amazing part of the story is that a group of high school students did this. Yes, they got some help from some Bridgestone employees, but still. If a group of high school students can build a car that gets that kind of fuel economy, and doesn't go so slow that it makes a Sloth look like the Flash, yeah, I'm talking to you, Prius, then why can't those be on the market? The technology is already there. Just figure out a way to mass produce it at low cost. Imagine how much money people would save on gas. Imagine how much less pollution would go into our air. Imagine how cool it would be if these things were driving around everywhere. Am I the only one that thinks that's cool? Whatever. But really, why is that? Just like everything else, there's a big discussion about it. Some people say that the technology is there, it's just too expensive to mass produce right now. Yes, I understand that, but I have a hard time believing that it's not possible to bring it down to at least a semi-consumer level. Another theory is that the oil companies are paying off the car manufacturers, so they will hold off on developing the technology. Which would kinda make sense considering that a bunch of high school students built the car that gets 450 miles a gallon. What could a crack team of engineers do? It also makes sense because think about how much less money the oil companies would be making if every car on the road got 18 times the gas mileage it gets right now. And that's just for cars that get 25 miles to the gallon, not including all the trucks and SUVs that are on the road that get significantly less. These companies make billions and billions of dollars a year. They would freak out if they made less money. I'm not saying that I believe in any conspiracy theories or anything like that. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. People are greedy, especially poor people and rich people, I found. Poor people want to keep what they have, which is understandable, but rich people just want to become richer. And I guess that makes sense in some kind of really messed up mindset. But I believe that you shouldn't live beyond your needs. Different people have different levels of needs, yes. But I'm sorry, if your ultimate goal in life is to have a fleet of private jets and your own cruise ship, because just owning one jet and a huge yacht isn't enough, think you got some issues. Instead of trying to make more money, even though you already have more than you even know what to do with, why not try to enjoy some of that money? Relax, have some fun, and then put some of it to good use by helping people with it. And that's the moral for today's episode. Aspire to live within your needs. To have enough, but not too much. It's hard to believe, but there is such a thing as too much money. Because at some point, the love of that money starts to take over, and that's when you lose yourself and bad things start to happen. I'm not saying that money or having money is bad at all. It's just what you do with that money that's the important thing. And also, if you do have money, don't think you're better than anyone else just because you have that money. Because I gotta say, I'd rather be friends with a poor, nice person that's awesome to hang out with than a rich snob that I can't stand. So if you're one of those people whose only goal in life is to get unbelievably rich, been there. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And now to be completely random because I thought it was cool, a German man has had a bullet successfully removed from his head. What's special about this story? It had been there for 5 years and he didn't even know that it was there. After thinking about it for a while, he said that he remembered back in 2004 or 2005 at a New Year's party he was struck in the head really hard. But he didn't really think much of it because he was so drunk. He went to the doctor complaining of some head pain and they found it and removed it. Now I just have one thing to say about this. I want to party with that guy. Any guy that can get shot in the head and not only survive, but keep partying after that, he's okay in my book. I don't think I could say the same. Then again, I don't think I'd want to be able to say the same. Well, I'm gonna end there. There's just so much stuff that I want to say. I'm a talker, you know? Comment question. If you had more money than you knew what to do with, what would you do with that money? Be honest. Cliche YouTube phrase. Comment, rate, subscribe.
I know I forgot to do this yesterday, so these are actually all comments from the video before that.